This is David from LA Photo Party with an overview of Flipbook printing. We start on the event settings screen where I've got a Flipbook testing event, and we click printing to go to printing options and enable Flipbook printing to see those. Two main options depending on your paper size, 6x4 or 8.5 by 11. And then we choose the number of frames in our Flipbook. For 6x4 we're going to want the frames to be divisible by 4 so they fit properly on the paper, or we could choose a number of frames per second based on the length of our video. For 8.5 by 11, the total number of frames we would want to be divisible by 12 to fit the 12 frames per each printed page. We also have options to upload a final image or a cover image to start and end the flipbook, and those would be counted in the total number of frames. So if we were at 28, we'd have the start and the end, and then 26 of the guest. And that's it for settings. Now that we're done with our settings, we're going to want to go to our helper and select our new Flipbook testing event in the Flipbook printing tab. First, we're going to want to select our Flipbook printer. In this case, I'm just going to use the PDF printer, and you can configure the settings for that printer for just your Flipbooks. If you're using a printer with a cutter, you could set your cutter here and still have other photos not cut. The next thing you're going to set is the page margin options. If your printer is not perfectly on center, you can do a little adjustment to move it down or to the left, and then you can also add a margin to each frame to give yourself a little more room. And if you want, you can set a specific aspect ratio for your flipbooks to print at. The next option is the Flipbook Frames video. This creates a new video out of just the frames from the flipbook that can be saved and sent, and will match the flipbook feel exactly because it just uses those frames. And you can save it in the default folder or its own folder. So now that we've got our helper settings and our event settings set, we can go to PBU and learn how to make a flipbook. In this case, we actually just need to make any video. Right here I've got a very plain video, just 7 seconds, but you could make any video, green screen, slow motion, cinematograph, into a flipbook using any of the video options. I'm going to record a short video here of myself. And go. Hi everybody, how's it going? That's a very fine video right there. Finish that. Let it process real quick. And now that it's done, we'll take a look. And there's our print flipbook option. Just give that a click. I've got my PDF printer printing, so I just want one of them. And I have the PDF here that pops up. You can see kind of how it prints out. Each of those 4 images are one page of the flipbook that will get cut and put together into the flipbook. Next, we're going to take a look at making animated GIFs into flipbooks. So if we go to our GIF settings, we have a simple 3 capture 16 frame GIF. All the normal GIF options. The only new option is this Flipbook frames option at the bottom. You use this to decide which frames go into the flipbook. The reason you'd most likely want to do this is if you have a title frame at the beginning or end that is repeated maybe 5 or 6 times. You don't want that title frame, for 5 or 6 pages of your flipbook. You might only want it for 1 or 0. You could set your flipbook not to print those frames or to only print one of those frames. So now that we have that all set, I can record my quick GIF here. 1 frame down, number 2. There we go, and then the 3rd frame. If I can figure out where to put my fingers, there we go. And quick process, and we have ourselves a quick animated GIF. And there's the print flipbook option again, just like before. Quick click, and we're done. And that is printing flipbooks with PBU. Next up is printing the same flipbooks out of PPU. Any video or GIF can be printed from PPU as a flipbook. And here's that first video I made of us waving. And click the print flipbook button, and we have the option, how many prints. We already know what it looks like, so we're just going to go back and take a look at the animated GIF. Again, we have that same option to print a flipbook. Now, any animated GIF or video can be printed as the flipbook using the flipbook settings. By creating the animated GIF and video in PBU, you do get all those advanced controls like choosing flipbook frames and green screen and slow-mo. And that is printing flipbooks in a nutshell. I hope that you found this video helpful.